Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Ó, vamos lá. Doenças reduzem a qualidade de sangue de um cidadão. Trate-os com remédio adequado. Fale com o paciente no quarto atrás da Dorothy e verifique o quadro clínico dele.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
É, quem? Falou que tava atrás dela, não era esse cara aqui? Ah. Ué, tô vendo que é atrás... Não, pera. A missão é pra mim ir lá em cima. Cadê o paciente? Ué. Não tá mostrando pulso, what the fuck? É você o paciente, meu filho? Por que não aparece tua ficha? Desconhecido, porra.
I'm so tired. As for me, will this shift never end?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Ok.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
Com certeza.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Ele falou que tinha um quadro mostrando a situação do paciente. Mas não tô vendo nada. Ah, cara, o paciente que o jogo falou pra eu encontrar, eu não vou encontrar nem fudendo. Eu vou ter que ir lá em Edgar. Vamos falar com esse doutor aqui pra ver quem é ele. Se é o mané que eu tô procurando.
I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Strickland não é ele que eu tô procurando não, mas vamos ver se ele conhece o outro cara lá.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Transfusão de sangue, eu tô mais pra um detetive do que qualquer outra coisa.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
I'll give you some advice, but understand that nothing beats practical experience, which can be exhausting and solitary work.
Of course, sir. And don't worry, I will never allow myself to be a burden, neither to you nor this hospital.
Nice.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now,
Opa.
it's just theories and first approach. My
Tranquilo,
process
rapaz.
is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Palha assada. Tá certo, Siniken. E aí, rapaz? Bem que eu estranhei que eu tinha conhecido isso de algum lugar. Isso aí tu usou no League uma vez, eu acho.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Esse médico aí tá meio estranho. Mas é estranho, cara. Tá tranquila? A qualidade da imagem? Eu ainda não pude testar pra ver como é que ficou. Daqui a pouco eu vou dar uma parada pra dar uma olhada. Antiga, então tu usou no RPG, né, alguma vez? Eu lembro que eu já vi você com o Sinic aí, meu amigo.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Saquei. Você só chegou numa hora meio paradinha, né? Porque eu tô fazendo as pesquisas aqui na cidade. Tô tentando pegar informação desses caras.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Pronto, agora a gente conseguiu mais uma missão.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Só que é por isso que eu conheço, então. Provavelmente é daí que eu lembro. Época do Tosh, cara, mó tempão, hein? Lembre-se, sangue de cidadão concede grandes pontos de ESP, ok. Eu tô tentando completar primeiro eles, deixar eles saudáveis, que aí depois eu dou o bot. Eu tenho que ir lá no Dr. Reis, lá em cima. De boinha. Pô, no celular tá rodando de boa? Pô, maravilha então. Deixa eu ver aqui o que eu consegui destravar. Tá, ainda falta gente pra caralho ainda pra falar. Ser meio de experiência. E esse cara aqui tá com fadiga, Clay Cox. Esse aqui é o dono do hospital, não posso atacar ele ainda, eu acho que não. Pelo menos não seria uma boa ideia. Tem uma Headcraft. Tem que fazer um tratamento pra fadiga pra esse cara. Cadê? Vamos lá.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Tá certo. É uma dádiva dos deuses. Porra, nem fale em Witcher, velho. Eu ainda tenho que terminar ainda esses Witcher ainda. É engraçado que eu fico olhando pra cá achando que eu tô olhando pra câmera, porque é o monitor onde fica as coisas que eu fico olhando. Eu esqueço que a câmera tá aqui agora. Suas palavras me trazem conforto, não é dádiva nenhuma. Ah, sou o paradoxo em pessoa. Vambora.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Beleza, né? Lá vou encontrar mais pessoas. Cara, eu não tenho ideia, velho. Eu tô planejando ir seguindo. Tipo, eu fico tirando meu rosto aqui quando eu tenho um diálogo e evito falar nos diálogos, porque eu planejo pegar essa gravação e botar no YouTube depois, cortar em episódios e botar no YouTube. Eu tô gravando com duas qualidades, uma pra stream e tô gravando na minha HD pra depois fazer com a qualidade melhor, entendeu? Aí eu tô planejando virar, cara, jogando isso aí. Eu só não planejava streamar, né, virando, mas você falou que a qualidade tá boa, eu vou confiar. Já tem 3 horas aqui de stream. Enquanto eu não parar pra comer alguma coisa, a gente vai seguindo.
Do you need something, Jonathan?
Sim, eu quero ver se eu terminei de falar seus diálogos.
I have just a few questions.
Then ask
Interessante.
away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
Você quer algo? Tem umas perguntas. Porra.
You mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
Pô, tá dizendo que é tão chato que isso vai cair no sono, né? Eu aqui, cara, na minha condição atual, eu devo levar até 1h30, 2 horas da manhã. Aí eu devo dar uma paradinha pra dar uma descansada, aí depois depende, cara, se eu vou voltar ou não, eu não sei dizer.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
Interessante. Cara, a história desse jogo é bem rica, velho. É bem complexa.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires, what could you tell me about my condition and how it came about?
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings, and the penny dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
O sol pode me destruir e preciso matar.
The sun. The morning following my transformation. Its rays burned me. There was pain, smoke, and my skin blackened.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged. But it will not destroy you.
Mundo das trevas totalmente. Cara, eu gostei mais desse jogo porque ele é bastante baseado em Mundo das
The man we
Trevas.
pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe. Was he a vampire?
He was a Skald, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire, others something else.
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Skald?
A Skald is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
Interessante. Provavelmente é de uma mordida que não
Where
sugou o sangue todo.
How do Skalds come into existence?
The name means slave. The etymology may
É isso
indicate that
mesmo.
they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
Esses aí devem ser os... Deve ser também igual ao
We'll
Mundo
see
das
each other again
Trevas.
soon, Edgar.
Quando o vampiro não completa o abraço, ele pode acabar infectando a vítima e fazer o cara virar um neofito também. Só que esse neofito é meio vampiro e meio humano. Ele não é um vampiro completo, mas também deixa de ser humano. E ele precisa sim de sangue para sobreviver e tem menos controle que um vampiro. Não, isso aqui é o meu escritório, eu tenho que sair. Na real, ele falou que tinha uma forma de sair daqui pelo meu escritório, tinha um andaime. Ah, pronto. Eu vou ter que voltar no hospital, meu Deus. É, bem por aí. É um pseudo-vampiro.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Vejamos. Cara, que pergunta idiota, velho. Swansea gosta de vampiros. É um prazer vê-la.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Tá, vamos lá.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Vejamos. Por que não resolve isso sozinha? Vamos lá então. Vamos lá então.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
A outro vampiro ameaçando
Who would
você?
be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
Essa tradução estava errada. Não é onde nossa espécie é um espírito tão bom, não uma pessoa tão boa.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Tá certo, cara. É, você pode sair por aí fazendo perguntas inocentes. Muito inocentes.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Então quer dizer que esfaquearam ele e deixaram ele jogado na sarjeta pra sangrar até morrer? Porra. E é
Is
verdade?
it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Eu também preciso de sangue.
You are aware that I too know the thirst for the scarlet nectar.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Beleza, né? Vamos ter ação então um pouquinho agora ou ainda vai ser falatório, minha filha? Cara, pra tu ter uma noção, são 3 horas agora contadas de stream. 3 horas e 4 minutos. E eu ainda tô no capítulo 2. Porque eu tô explorando a porra toda. O jogo tem muito texto. Não que isso seja ruim, mas... Você, eu já falei com você? Não sei, pera, vamos ver. Não, não falei com você ainda. Não falei com você. Você eu falei. Thelma Hallcraft. É ela? Não, Harriet. Quem é Harriet? Pô, não vou saber quem é a Harriet, né? Eu preciso... Ah, é você.
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Nossa, o estagiário. O cara é famoso pra caralho. É o cirurgião mais famoso aí da região. Cale-se. Eu tenho perguntas.
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
Nossa. Cara, esse é o pior tipo de pessoa que tem. Alguém esperto. E que analisa as coisas. Agora fudeu, tem que ter cuidado falando com ela. Não posso ir direto ao ponto não, minha filha.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
Tá doido.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Aff. Encontre enfermeira Pippa Hawkins, Dorothy Crane, Gillette Brannigan.
The patients and staff might know something.
Eu preciso encontrar essa Gillette. Essa Gillette eu já tinha que encontrar. Eu já tinha uma missão com ela, então... Ué, tá dizendo que tem alguma coisa aqui. Bem aqui. What the fuck, tá dizendo que tá aqui, mano. Não tem nada aqui. Alô, fantasma? Você tá apontando aqui. What the fuck? Beleza, vamos ver os outros. Tem um aqui que é embaixo. Esse outro aqui é aqui nessa reta. É doideira, cara. O jogo tá me apontando fantasmas. Vamos lá. Ó, de novo. Quer saber? Vamos ir na fé. Vamos nos poderes aqui. Cadê? Eu preciso achar a Harriet, não. Você, Hallcroft. Também não. Não. Dory Strickland. Também não. Não, quando é em cima e embaixo vem mostra a setinha em cima ou embaixo do Y.
Said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Tá, isso aqui é outra missão, deixa ela quieta por enquanto. Aqui, ó, tá vendo ali, ô Isel? Aquela ali que tá com 77, ó. Tá apontando pra baixo. Aquela ali realmente é pra baixo. Mas essa daqui é no andar que eu tô. E esse outro aqui também. Só essa daqui que é pra baixo. Não dá pra achar daqui, eu tenho que chegar mais perto. Milton... Olha, ó, Thelma Holcroft. Não, essa daí eu já olhei. Desconhecido. Aqui, que porra é essa? O que é isso? O que vocês estavam fazendo aqui, gente? Tá, peraí. Cara, eu não entendi que porra foi essa que eu vi. Vamos tentar falar com ele.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Ok, peguei outra missão já então.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Ok, conte-me sobre sua chegada. Aqui, quando tá azul, é porque ele força a resposta. Isso foi alguma coisa que eu encontrei quando eu conversava com a galera.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
Ok.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Não é nesse aqui, minha filha. Essa Haltord aí, seja lá quem é, vai levar uns escândalos aí já
What
já.
can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Ok.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
A resposta dela não explica o porquê ela tá aqui mesmo com tanto dinheiro, já que esse hospital só tem pessoas pobres.
Have you heard rumors of blackmail going on in this hospital?
Dr. Reed, are you trying to take advantage of me?
Of course not, Mrs. Goswick. I'm just curious.
Well, go be curious somewhere else, please.
Tá certo, muitas perguntas inocentes, hein, meu filho?
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Ok, ela tem 4 perguntas que eu tenho que destravar. Você é o filho, então? Você que é o merda aí que tá fudido?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here?
Porra!
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Pô, você adora fazer os caras falar, meu filho. Ela já falou o nome dele. Curioso cidadão, aperte A para verificar o
Do you
quadro
need
dele.
any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
Ah, mas que remédio que eu vou dar? Eu não sei. Eu mandei fazer check-up. Ele sem fazer check-up já vai dar o remédio. Então vamos lá, desce com ela
You're not
abaixo.
a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Tratamento para fadiga, -1, mas eu não tinha remédio. What the fuck?
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Caralho.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Tá certo.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Nossa.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest, then.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Minha filha, eu preciso que você saia daqui.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Não posso mandar ela sair.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
I have other concerns right now, Doctor. But I'm fine, thank you.
Pelo
Goodbye,
jeito,
Mrs. Goswick.
pelo jeito esse cara aqui tá escondendo alguma coisa por causa dela, mas beleza. Enquanto ela tiver ele não vai falar, então eu preciso ir pra minha missão. Cadê? Eu tenho que encontrar essa galera aí. Vamos começar pelo... Ó, esse aqui é lá em cima. Não. Cadê a que era lá embaixo? Eu já falei com a delas. Doideira, sumiu um. Tá, beleza, vambora. Completei a missão, nem percebi. Vamos voltar pra esse aqui agora. O boneco corre muito estranho, velho. Aqui. Pipa Hawkins. Tá, você, vem cá.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Tô falando que tá bugado a missão, cara. Homem misterioso visitando as enfermeiras, é isso aqui.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
Aquela praga se alimenta de ódio.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
Tá certo.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes. Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Tá certo.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You...
Não veio nada novo aqui não.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
Tá certo. Só que é estranho que ainda tá aqui a missão, mas beleza.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Ou ela tá faltando alguma informação pra ela me dar, ou sei lá. Beleza, a próxima é aqui, lá na frente.
I met him in New York.
Aqui.
If
Por
only
aqui.
there were more of us, with less resignation and more determination.
I know I can count on you. I wish I could say the same for the others.
You look exhausted. You're pushing yourself too hard. You don't have to bear
Esse é o
the
tal do
burdens
Tippett que fez merda. Esse cara que fez merda num exame dele. Só que eu queria falar com a parceira dele antes.
Good evening, Nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Ok, eu tenho 2 missões pra fazer com ela. Vamos começar com os negócios
How are
básicos.
things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Ok.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Eu acho que eu sei de quem você tá falando, mas...
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett's. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Cara, você... Eu não sei se isso aqui foi uma dica dela ou não, porque ele é exatamente o cara que fez merda.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Ok. Vai ser aqui a pergunta sobre ele, então vamos para as pessoais. Tá, então é aqui, ó, erro médico do Tippett. Beleza, vamos por aqui
Do you
primeiro.
know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Ok, então vamos começar pela secundária.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett's in our situation?
Sim.
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
O problema não é ele cometer um erro, cara. É ele abrir 2 vezes a mesma pessoa. Isso aqui foi estranho pra caralho. Mas vamos lá.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Ah, claro que não. Porque ele não usa a porra da força dele pra poder perguntar isso. Né, dá uma de Darth
Goodbye,
Vader.
nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Beleza, eu terminei com você. Antes de ir pra próxima missão, cadê o Tippets? Corcorian Tippets.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Cara, agora que pega, porque com essa voz, meu amigo, eu tô com medo de você ter um infarte assim que eu perguntar da merda que tu fez.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No, we must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
Your attitude is irresponsible, Doctor. Believe me, I've seen so many medical errors caused by exhaustion during the war.
You're right. This is a war, Dr. Reed. And I don't intend to surrender.
Foi por isso que ele cometeu a porra do erro médico. O erro que ele cometeu realmente seria bem normal se ele estiver exausto. Então não foi proposital. Mas mesmo assim, tu fez merda, cara.
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on, don't be ridiculous, dear colleague.
Ah, tá certo. Porra, saiu do negócio. Cadê onde que a gente tava? Vida em Londres? É.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Esperança.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
E a
Any
administração?
opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
Brannigan.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Nossa. Carai. É hoje que eu perco o canal, viu?
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
Não falou muito. Natureza do erro.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Caralho.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Nossa.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Tá certo. Eu proteger ele? Pra que eu vou te proteger? Tá maluco? Eu já fiz as perguntas pessoais.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
I have no time for such triviality, my dear colleague. We're here to save lives.
We are here to save lives. Eles estão branco porque ainda falta fazer alguma coisa, tá certo. Faz sentido eles ficarem branco. Vamos lá.
I will cover for you, Dr. Tibbets, by keeping what happened to Mr. Connor to myself.
I don't know what to say, actually. I can't exactly force you to become my accomplice.
You didn't force me. This is my decision to make. I believe you're still of use to the hospital, considering the situation.
Then I can make you this promise. As soon as the epidemic is eradicated, I will resign.
Você não vai ter tempo, cara. Tu vai morrer antes disso.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Você só não sabe disso ainda. 1850 de experiência. Falta tão pouco. Na verdade eu já fiz tudo. Por que não tá pra completar aí? Ah não, falta uma. Vai dar 2.000 de experiência. Olha, cara, que estranho, velho. Aparece assim do nada, brilhando. Eu quero entender o que é isso. Por que aparece assim? Pera aí, se eu ficar olhando muito tempo pra alguém, será que acontece a mesma coisa? Não. São só algumas pessoas específicas. Cara, eu vou seguir ele. Ele deve estar indo fazer alguma aposta. Ou será que é porque a qualidade do sangue dele é melhor que a dos outros? É muito estranho. Não!
I cannot enter.
Filho da... Beleza, né? Olha, o que é aquilo ali vermelho, ó? Investigue as ações de cidadão. Que cidadão? Pera aí, é aqui? Ah, não, é lá na puta que pariu. Tá, vamos encontrar a enfermeira do Harriet Crane. Eu acho que esse negócio ali em cima da tela é bug, cara. Esse olho vermelho aí na minha tela. Não tenho ideia de como isso aconteceu. Deixa eu ver, espionar, investiga as ações do cidadão. Tá embaixo, beleza. Um rato no hospital, encontra a enfermeira Dorothy Crane. Ok. Não, o estranho é que não tá mostrando... Não tá mostrando a minha tela, só tá aquilo ali. Velho, tem alguma coisa muito errada. No mapa tá dizendo que é embaixo, ó. Pra baixo. Como é que eu desço? Tem alguma escada por aqui? Agora a gente vai brincar, né? A brincadeira de gato e rato. Eu começo a correr aleatoriamente e me perco diversas e diversas vezes. Até achar a bosta das escadarias. Cara, só tem aquelas escadas ali pra cima, cara. Tem nada pra baixo. Literalmente não tem nada pra baixo. Aí ó, saiu. Tinha alguém gritando. Aqui, voltou a aparecer. What? Que cidadão, velho? What the fuck, jogo? Você tá me trollando? Tá, vamos sair do hospital, vamos. Cara, o jogo tá de palhaçada comigo. Vai tomar no cu.